What's up, fragrance family? My name is James, and welcome back to Cheapie Fragrance Reviews. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 5 of my most complimented fall cheapies. Each of the 5 fragrances that I'm going to discuss with you today are under $40 a piece, so keep it locked, and I'll see you on the other side of the intro. So to start today's list, in no particular order, I'm going to start with Nuit de Issey by Issey Miyake. This fragrance is going to run you about $32 for this 75 ml bottle. It's an EDT concentration, and it's a dark, woody, spicy fragrance. Your top notes are grapefruit and bergamot. Mid notes, you'll have leather, woodsy notes, spices, black pepper, and vetiver. And in the base, you'll have incense, ebony tree, tonka bean, and patchouli. Opening comes off smoky, but also with a bit of green, soapy vibe that comes from the citruses and the vetiver. Really, this is the only role that the citrus is going to play in this fragrance, though. It's not going to be real bright, and the citruses really fall off after about the first 10 minutes. As it dries down, the dark woodiness comes in strong and with lots of spice and pepper. That smoky incense blends perfectly with nuances of leather and hints of tonka bean. So this is a very dark, sexy, masculine fragrance, and it's going to have an above average longevity of about 7 to 8 hours on skin, at least for myself. And the projection lasts about first 2 hours, you're going to get about 1 to 2 feet of projection for this guy. The next one I have for you is Autobiography Supreme Gold, and that's by Paris Corner. You're not going to find a whole lot about this online unless you really dig. You won't find it on Fragrantica because, well, Fragrantica doesn't have it. So I'm happy to bring this one to you guys' attention. This is a 50 ml, and it's going to run you about $40. At the time of this shooting, you can find it on Amazon. There's a couple other smaller websites that you can find it at. If you have questions, hit me in the comments below and I'll help you find it. But overall, this one is lauded to smell a lot like Parfums de Marly Herod. And I gotta tell you, note for note, it is a darn good copy of that fragrance at a fraction of the price. So this is going to be an aromatic, spicy, woody, and dare I say, a gourmand fragrance because it has some delicious notes. Let's talk about them. In the top, you're going to get cinnamon and pepper. And in the mid, you're going to get osmanthus, tobacco leaf, frankincense, and labdanum. In the base, you're going to get vanilla pod, woods, atlas cedar, vetiver, patchouli, isoe super, cypriol, and musk. That cypriol is going to provide an aromatic, woody nuance to it that's going to kind of be in the backbone of this, along with that isoe super. That's going to be the backbone of the DNA on this guy. The opening is dominated by that tobacco leaf and pepper, but after a few minutes, it begins to really come alive. The spiciness of the cinnamon is more present, and the osmanthus and frankincense give it a fruity, creamy, spicy apricot kind of nuance. So it's quite delicious at that point in the dry down. And that fruitiness is going to hang around for about the next couple of hours, and it slowly will dry down to a soft, woody, aromatic, almost like a velvety musk. This fragrance is, I'll say it's unisex, but it definitely leans slightly masculine. The longevity is pretty good as well. Maybe not as powerful, or not, doesn't maybe have the staying power as the Parfums de Marly Herod does, but this will give you every bit of about 8 hours on your skin. So above average. As far as projection goes, it goes beyond arm's length for at least the first hour. After that, it pulls in maybe 2 arms length for a good another hour and a half to another 2 hours. So pretty beastly performance for the price, and it is a very refined fragrance. The notes and the oils used in this are very, very nice for the price you're going to pay for this fragrance. The next one I have for you guys is, forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, make fun of me in the comments if you will, Daarej Pour Homme by Rasasi. And this is an amber spicy fragrance. This is gonna run you about, again, like Nuit, the price that I found for these are the same actually. It's gonna be $32, but this is for 100 ml versus that 75 ml bottle. This is a beautiful fragrance with the top notes being cumin, cardamom, and artemisia, which is like that green absinthe accord. In the mid, you have rose and orris root. And in the base, you have vanilla, tonka bean, amber, patchouli, sandalwood, and musk. As far as the fragrance goes, it opens up with a warm, spicy cardamom, cumin, and tonka bean that gives a mild, sweet tobacco vibe. Although there's no tobacco note listed in the official notes, I definitely pick up that accord. As it dries down to the mid, there's going to be more spices that start to pop. And I feel like the combination of that amber, the cardamom, and the cumin develop and create a beautiful fall spice blend, I'll call it. And even though cinnamon isn't a note, just like that tobacco leaf, I swear my nose picks it up. So either there's notes that aren't officially listed, or the aroma chemicals that they're using in this make those nuances and those accords kind of brought to the forefront, because I definitely smell cinnamon. I definitely smell tobacco leaf in this. As it continues to develop, the orris root and the sandalwood and the vanilla pushes forward and creates this decadent, warm, creamy, vanilla, spicy musk for the remainder of the life of this fragrance. This one is more of a masculine fragrance, but I can see if you wanted to argue with me and say that it's unisex, I'll give you that. The longevity lasts about 8 to 9 hours, lasts a little bit longer. The projection isn't as strong as Autobiography Supreme Gold, and so it's going to push about arm's length for 2 hours or so. Overall, this is a beauty. This is one of my favorite fall cheapies. It's just, Rasasi makes some really good ones, and this is one of their best. Next up for you, I have Spice and Black Vanilla by Cremo. This is going to run you about $22 for this 100 ml bottle. You can buy it from Cremo.com, or you can try to find it out in the wild in Target or Walmart or Rite Aid or Bartell's, Walgreens. So it's in some drugstores and in some big box stores. Overall, it's lauded as a great alternative to Viktor & Rolf's Spice Bomb Extreme, and it is very good at mimicking that scent DNA. The top notes are cardamom, mid, cashmere wood, and in the base you have bourbon, vanilla, and vetiver. The opening to me is obviously dominated by the cardamom. It's up the top note, but the vetiver pushes through early on to kick off a nice green, woody nuance. So after a bit, the vanilla begins to sneak into the background, and while the spiciness of the cardamom slowly calms down, the soft cashmere wood and the vanilla come out more and more until you're left with this perfect, sexy blend of warm spice, soft woods, and a creamy, oaky vanilla. That bourbon vanilla comes off kind of oaky to me, kind of like an oak barrel. And to me, this is just a very, like, it's very, not very masculine, but it's, what am I trying to say? It gives me all of what everything fall is all about. And if you've worn Spice Bomb Extreme before, or if you've, waited for the fall to come around so you could spray that on because that's just kind of your scent during the fall, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a beautiful fragrance for the fall, a masculine powerhouse fragrance, that the longevity isn't as powerful as Spice Bomb Extreme, but it is decent, and you will get this to last. For my skin, it lasts about 6 to 7 hours, and it's a moderate projection for about 2 hours. Finally, the last one I have for you today is First Instinct Extreme by Abercrombie & Fitch. This 100 ml bottle is going to run you $39.48 on fragrancebuy.ca, or if you're lucky enough to find it in the rack stores at your local TJ Maxx or Marshalls or Ross, you can find it for about $25 for this same 100 ml bottle. The top notes are starfruit, pepper, mandarin leaf. In the mid, you have violet leaf, Sichuan pepper, cardamom, saffron. In the base, you have musk, amber, suede, cashmere wood, and coconut milk. This opens up with a real green, fruity vibe that's very uplifting. It makes you just kind of calm, and to me, it's real, just a real happy, uplifting scent. I catch more of the Sichuan pepper than I do of the black pepper, and it blends with the cardamom and saffron to give a smooth medley of smoky spices, and it just creates this intrigue and sweet, sexy, sensual, bad boy type of vibe, if you will. And the dry down becomes more aromatic, and the softer notes start lifting and filling in around to give this decent scent bubble of musk, suede, soft leather maybe, kind of note in there, some amber, soft woodiness coming in from the cashmere wood. But the spices stay long after the dry down, and overall, this guy right here, if you can get it for $25, is a steal. For $39.48 that Fragrance Buy is selling it for right now is an absolutely fantastic price for it as well. It's, to me, this is masculine through and through, no unisex about it, but to each their own. Wear what you want to wear when you want to wear it. But this is a sexy, bad boy, masculine fall fragrance to me. Longevity is decent, approximately 6 hours on my skin, and the projection lasts about an hour to an hour and a half at arm's length. Well, that's the 5 I have for you today, guys. Please do me a favor, help me with the channel, like this video if you got anything from it, subscribe, and give me your comments below on the cheapies that you're going to be wearing this fall. I'd love to hear. I'd love to see if there's any I don't have that I can pick up. And thanks again for watching. You guys have a great day.